Hi student, this is El-Refaei, math teacher for both AS and A2 level. Today we're going to talk about the natural logarithms. But before that, you have to know what is letter E means. In order to know what is letter E, I'm going to upload two links in the description box. And please watch these two links to understand the meaning of the letter E. Now, letter E, after you watch these two videos, the letter E is a rational number and E approximation is 2.718. I'm going to use E as a base for an exponential function. As we said, E is approximation for 2.718. I'm going to sketch y equals e to the power x. As we know, we learned how to sketch exponential functions. When I sketch exponential function, I care about three things. I have to know its growth or decay according to the x, and e is greater than 1 and x is positive, so I'm talking about the growth. The asymptote line, y equals 0. The intersection point, when I substitute x with a 0, y will be 1. So when I sketch ex, like any exponential functions, I'm going to draw the inverse. As we know, I have to draw the middle line, y equals x, y equals x. So this is the inverse, the point 0, 1, and the asymptote line, y equals 0. The inverse, the asymptote line, x equals 0, and this is very important. And the intersection point will be 1, 0. Let's find the inverse of y equals e to the power x. Y equals e to the power x. I substitute x, the power, to get y, which is the value. So the inverse, x equals log base e and the value y. Because I'm talking about inverse, f inverse, x equals log x to the base e. Now, log base e, I'm going to rename it and call it len. What is len? It's log to the base e. So inverse natural exponential function is the natural logarithm. What is the natural logarithm? It's len x. Len, actually, it's log to the base e. How are we going to solve natural exponential functions, equations, and natural logarithmic equations? Now, as you see, e to the power x equals 7. Let's convert it to the logarithmic form. It will be x equals log 7 to the base e. X equals len 7. Same here. Len x equals 21. Len log x to the base e equals 21. So x equals 21 to the e to the power 21. Now, you have to know something, that e is the inverse of len and len is the inverse of e. And I'm going to solve these two equations easier than these two ways. Question number 2. Now show me your calculators. Solve the following natural logarithms by using the law of logarithms. Now I'm going to discuss the law of logarithms after solving part I. Len. Look back to your calculator. Now you have the key len here. And above it, you have E. You have len, and above len, you have E. So let's start. Len 6 equals, I'm going to get a positive answer. To three significant figures, it will be 1.79. 1.79. Continue. Len 1 equals 0. Len 0.53 equals negative 0.635. Negative 0.635. Len 0 equals math error. And the last one, y equals len negative 0.22. What is the answer? I'm sure you're going to tell me it will be also math error. Excellent. So the rules we applied for log also apply for the length. So len, if x is greater than 1, I will have a positive answer. If len equals 1, the answer will be 0. Len x less than 1, greater than 0, I will have a negative value. But if x is less than or equal to 0, I will have math error. According to that, because len is a logarithm, and whatever that base is, the rules I applied for log will be the same rules will be applied for len. Multiplication, addition. If I multiply x by y, the expansion will give me addition. If I divided x by y, the expansion will be negative. The power becomes coefficient, and the coefficient become a power. 1 over x gives me a negative power, and the power can become a coefficient. But I have two new rules here. Because len and e, they are inverse to each other, the power here will be the answer. Let's check. If I'm talking about len, shift e to the power 3, what is the answer? The answer will be 3. So, len e to the power a will be the answer. Okay, whatever a value. Same as e to the power len a. Let's check. Shift e, len For example, 5, the answer will be 5. So in another word, len cancels e and e cancels len. I will go back to the two questions above and solve them in another way. I'm going to multiply both sides by len because len is the inverse of e. So it will be len e to the power x equals len 7. Len and e cancels each other, so the answer will be x. X will be equal to len 7. Same here. I'm going to multiply by e. So it will be e to the power len x equals e to the power 21. So x will be e to the power 21. This is easier than the previous method. And I'm going to use the new method to solve the remaining questions. Let's continue. Y equals len 8 plus len 2. I'm going to combine them. Y equals len 8 by 2, which equals len 16. If I want to make it more simple, how can I make it more simple? Think of it. It's same as len 2 to the power 4. It's same as 4 len 2. Agree or disagree? Let's move here. X equals len 10 over 2, which equals len 5. Y equals IV, len y equals len 32, y equals len 2 to the power 5, which is 5, len 2. V, x equals 1 over 25. I can say len 1 over 5 to the power negative 2, it's positive 2. Flip it, len 5 to the power negative 2. Move the coefficient, negative 2, len 5. I can solve it in another way. X equals len 25 to the power negative 1. Len 25, it's 5 squared, 5 to the power negative 1. I can multiply 2 powers. Len 5 to the power negative 2, and I'm going to get the same answer. Okay, let's continue. VI. Can I combine these two terms if I have different coefficients? No. First of all, I'm going to move the coefficient to become a power in order to combine them. It will be len 4 squared plus len 8 cubed. In this way, I had same coefficient, which is by default it's 1. The addition will be multiplication. Len 4 squared by 8 cubed. And you can get the answer by using calculator. It's a quick revision for the logarithmic rules. We use them. Same method, same way. Question number 3. Solve the equations, write the exact solution and write it in the simplest form. Okay, part A. E to the power 2x minus 8 equals 5. The problem that I have a power 2x minus 8, and this power is folded to the letter E. What I have to do? What is the inverse of E? It's len. I'm going to multiply by len. Len E to the power 2x minus 8 equals len 5. 2x minus 8 equals len 5. 2x equals len 5 plus 8. 2 x equals len 5 plus 8 over 2. So x equals len 5 over 2 plus 4. Let's move to part B. I'm going to solve part B in two ways. Way 1. Way 1, I'm going to move 3 to the other side. It will be 4 len x equals 12. Then divided by 4, len x equals 3. And then I'm going to multiply by e. So x equals e to the power 3. Let's move to another way. Way 2. I'm going to move 3 to the other side. 4 len x equals 12. I'm going to move 4 to be a power. Len x to the power 4 equals 12. Then I'm going to multiply by e. So x to the power 4 equals e to the power 12. Be careful. To cancel 4 as a power, I have to use the fourth root. The fourth root. And the fourth root is an even root. X equals the fourth root, e to the power 12. And the fourth root is 1 over 4 by 12. So the answer e to the power 3. But because I have an even root, I will have positive and negative value. I'm going to reject the negative value because len cannot hold a negative value. A negative value gives me a math error. So I'm going to use just the positive value, which is e to the power 3. Let's move to part C. Also, part C can be solved in two ways. Way 1. I'm going to move it negative with 12 to the other side. 2 len 2x minus 3 equals 12. Then divided by 2, len 2x minus 3 equals 6. Then I'm going to multiply by e. 2x minus 3 equals e to the power 6. Move negative 3. 2x equals e to the power 6 plus 3 divided by 2. X equals e to the power 6 plus 3 over 2. This is way 1. Let's move to way 2. I'm going to move negative 12 to the other side. 2 len 2x minus 3 equals 12. I'm going to move 2 to become a power. Len 2x minus 3 squared equals 12. Then I'm going to multiply by e. 2x minus 3 squared equals e to the power 12. Then I'm going to use the root square for both sides. 2x minus 3 equals the root square of e to the power 12, which is e to the power 1 over 2 by 12, which equals e to the power 6. Okay? It will be positive and negative. 2x minus 3 equals e to the power 6. X equals e to the power 6 plus 3 over 2. The second answer, x equals negative e to the power 6 plus 3 over 2. Now this is a negative value. And I said len cannot hold a negative value. If you substitute it, negative e to the power 6 plus 3 over 2, all this value will be negative. And if it's negative, I will have a math error. So I'm going to reject this answer. The answer will be e to the power 6 plus 3 over 2. Try to solve d by yourself because we solved something similar to d. Pause the video for 2 or 3 minutes, try to solve it, then come back. Did you try to solve d by yourself? Let's do it. E to the power x equals 1 plus 6 over e to the power x. I'm going to assume that e to the power x equals u. Then I'm going to use substitution. U equals 1 plus 6 over u. I'm going to multiply by u to convert it to quadratic. U squared equals u plus 6. Then I'm going to equal to 0. U squared minus u minus 6 equals 0. I'm going to use general formula or factorization. Factorization is easy. U minus 3, u plus 2. Let's start. U minus 3 equals 0. U equals 3. Actually, u, it's e to the power x. E to the power x equals 3. I'm going to multiply by len. So x equals len 3. The second bracket, u plus 2 equals 0. U equals negative 2. I'm going to reject this. Why, Miss Noor, I have to reject it? Because e to the power x will never give me a negative value. Okay. Some students continue working by len. X equals len negative 2, and this is math error. So I have one solution, x equals len 3. Let's continue. Okay, let's move to part E, and we have also F. Pause the video for 2 to 3 minutes, and then come back. I hope you solved. Len 5 minus x equals len x minus len 6 minus len x. I'm going to combine these two terms to have one term. Len 5 minus x equals len 6 over x. And then I'm going to multiply by e. You have to be careful. When you multiply by e, you should have one term left, the equivalency, and one term right, the equivalency. Let's go back. I multiplied by len, and same for len. One term left to the equivalency, one term right, the equivalency. Same here. This is one term left to the equivalency, one term right, the equivalency. Same here. One term left, one term right. One term left, one term right. One term left, one term right. If you have more than one term, do your best to consider them as a one term. First, try to combine them, and then if you couldn't combine them, consider them one term. So when you multiply by len or e, be careful that you have one term to the right equivalency and one term left the equivalency. I'm lucky that both sides having len. So 5 minus x equals 6 over x. Cross multiplication, 5x minus x squared equals 6. Move all the terms to the right side because I don't like x squared to be negative. So x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Factorize or use the general formula. X minus 3, x minus 2, x equals 3, and x equals 2. Don't forget to check. Let's solve part F. As I said before, I can't multiply by e. Why? Because the right side of my equivalency having two terms. It should be 1, not 2. According to that, len 5 minus y, I'm going to move it to the left side. Len 3y plus 4 minus len 5 minus y equals 2. Len 3y plus 4 over 5 minus y equals 2. I have one term left the equivalency, one term right the equivalency. I'm going to multiply by e. So 3y plus 4 over 5 minus y equals e squared. I'm going to rearrange terms by doing cross multiplication first. 3y plus 4 equals e squared 5 minus y. 3y plus 4 equals 5 e squared minus e squared y. 3y plus e squared y equals 5 e squared minus 4. I'm going to have y common factor, y equal y, open bracket, 3 plus e squared equals 5 e squared minus 4, y equals 5 e squared minus 4 over 3 plus e squared. I hope you have no questions. Okay, let's move to the last question. 7 to the power x by e to the power 2x equals e to the power 5. Now, actually, I have one term on the left side and one term to the right side. This is multiplication here. Oh, it's a multiplication. I'm going to multiply by len. So, it will be len 7x by e to the power 2x equals len e to the power 5. I have multiplication. So if I want to split them, I will have addition. Len 7x plus len e to the power 2x equals len e to the power 5. Len 7 to the power x plus 2x equals 5. I'm going to move the power to become a coefficient. X ln 7 plus 2x equals 5. Have x common factor, ln 7 plus 2 equals 5. So x equals 5 over ln 7 plus 2. Clear? Do you have any questions, students? I hope not. Now, one of my students in the class said, he is going to solve it another way. Actually, I did like his method, his way. 7x e to the power 2x equals e to the power 5. He divided by e to the power 2x, e to the power 2x. 7x equals e to the power 5 over e to the power 2x. In the division case, similar basis, I'm going to subtract powers. 7x equals e to the power 5 minus 2x. Then I'm going to multiply by ln. Ln 7x equals ln e 5 minus 2x. X ln 7 equals 5 minus 2x. Rearrange terms. X ln 7 plus 2x equals 5. Have x a common factor. Ln 7 plus 2 equals 5. So x equals 5 over ln 7 plus 2. Same answer. I hope today class clear, students. Solve more questions by using your math book. If you have classified questions, past paper questions, solve them too. See you in another class. See you then.